Heaven help you if you land in one of my hotels. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you for another retro VHS showcasing video. This one comes to you because I recently found this. The costs of these are getting more expensive, or at least the ones that I'm finding. They vary in price and stuff from, $1 to whatever they think they can get for a VHS, 10 or 20 or whatever, depending on the location. I recently found this for a whopping $5. I pondered it and I'm like, buddy, this is one of your favorite movies and you don't own this, and it'd be fun for a video. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about, if not for this title, I mean just in general, the thing that happened. And it's funny because this VHS is 30 years old the year I'm recording this, and this is the 30th anniversary of me getting a job at Suncoast Motion Picture Company. So I'm pretty sure during my 2-year tenure there, or whatever, 2-year stay or 2-year time at that job, we had a $10 section that sold $10 VHS tapes. And I'm pretty sure that during my 2-year stay there at Suncoast Motion Picture Company, this title, in addition to others, would have probably been featured there. I'm not exactly sure when they started actually selling brand new VHS cassettes in the extended play mode, but I always thought it was such a sham. Probably something started in the the 80s, I would imagine. Such a sham to actually sell people VHSs that were an extended play. But at any rate, I found this recently, one of my favorite movies. I own pretty much every version except for 4K of this movie, and well, I don't have beta. I suppose if I came across a reasonably priced beta tape, I might buy that as well. But since I never owned this, and I figured let's add it to the collection and also maybe make a fun video coming your way to showcase the dreaded Paramount/Gateway VHS release that is extended play, or as we'll get into later on. They say another way of saying extended play is what do they say? SLP, super long play. They're both just just two different ways of saying the picture and audio sucks. Coming your way to showcase this Paramount/Gateway VHS release of Friday the 13th. As we can see in the back top corner, trademark and copyright 1994 by Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. And by the time they would have released this, I already had, like in 1990, I'm pretty sure I bought all the VHS releases of the first 7 for sure, maybe 8 Friday the 13th films on, that was back when they were standard play. So I didn't need to buy this in 1994, but obviously you can see the Paramount and what I would call the dreaded Gateway logo. And I'm not exactly sure what Gateway even means, just like a cheaper, I always associate it with cheaper, extended play VHS releases of Paramount titles. I don't even know what the hell Gateway means, but it's Gateway, Paramount and Gateway. But I always previously stayed away from Gateway until I bought this to basically showcase for the video. But incidentally, if you do have a hi-fi stereo VCR, this extended play cassette, as we can see here, is in hi-fi. Taking a closer look at the front cover, this would be basically identical to the front cover from the VHS that was being sold in the 80s. Basically nothing, I don't think, too much of any difference. It's probably going to be different than the very first VHS release. The Paramount logo on the bottom is probably going to be different, but the first VHS that I bought of this, probably in 1990, I think had the identical cover. In my opinion, one of the most iconic movie posters ever. I don't exactly like the layout here. I prefer the layout on the poster with the title underneath the image more than the title above the image in this case, but still using the iconic theatrical poster art, which again I just think is one of the most iconic movie posters ever for any genre, let alone horror genre in particular. But the famous painting, famous way on top, the Friday the 13th font is utilized, abbreviated credits on the bottom, and as we can see, this is for the release year of the film, copyright 1980, Georgetown Productions Incorporated, all rights reserved, and the Paramount logo bottom corner.
Milk and honey on the other side, hallelujah.
Taking a look at the right spine, this is also what the first VHS I got of Friday the 13th looked like. I'm pretty sure I showcased all of them, but I think I showcased them all in like one video and probably didn't show them closely. It wouldn't probably hurt to just do them all in separate videos again. But I don't know what the hell year the VHS I got of Friday the 13th would have come out. Maybe 1988 would have been a copyright year on it. I'd have to take a look, but at any rate, this one is really cool. I love just the Friday the 13th logo in black on the white spine. The 13th. It's kind of, yeah, it's interesting because we're used to seeing the logo white on a black background, so it's kind of the reverse, which actually looks kind of cool and kind of pops. Catalog number for this one is, well, you know, appropriately enough, 1395, and then Paramount logo can be found on the bottom. Taking a look at the left spine, this is where it kind of gets interesting for this particular release. Same thing, Friday the 13th, black on white, mostly red 13. And then where it gets interesting here under the catalog number is the dreaded Gateway logo. So once again, I mean, it's kind of cool that they put that on there, because that for me in the 90s was a way to, you know, signify stay the hell away from this VHS. Not exactly sure what it officially means. Maybe it was their way of just like subtly, you know, hinting to people like me who might notice stuff like this that beware, you know, if you want something of quality, stay away from this. I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, it's interesting how on this other spine, the Paramount logo is completely replaced by the Gateway logo in this case.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you?
God damn it, Ralph, get out of here. Go on, get. Leave people alone.
Top of this particular VHS release of Friday the 13th looks like this.
You'll never come back again.
Oh, shut up, Ralph.
It's got a death curse.
Taking a look at the back, as we've already seen in Paramount, Gateway on the top, VHS Hi-Fi Dolby B noise reduction on linear tracks. Obviously hi-fi playback requires hi-fi VCR, and this would be the layout for the VHS, I think, all across the board. I think from the very first release, I think these two images were possibly featured on the back of the VHS. A couple of really cool images, the classic shot of the arrow whizzing right past Brenda, hitting the target, and like I say, that shot of Nettie being pulled out of the water makes it look like a much more traumatic situation than it is. Maybe it's a dead body, for all you know, a drowned dead body when you're looking at the back of this before you ever see the movie. Interesting how so much of the back cover is taken up by just these two images. Terror and suspense abound in this 24-hour nightmare of blood. Camp Crystal Lake has been shuttered for over 20 years due to several vicious and unsolved murders. The camp's new owner and 7 young counselors are readying the property for reopening despite warnings of a death curse by local residents. The curse proves true on Friday the 13th. As one by one, each of the counselors is stalked by a violent killer. This film is widely acclaimed for its horrifying and creative murder sequences. As we can see, they're originally rated R. Of course, we all know that there has been an unrated version recently, well, maybe not so recent anymore, released officially in North America, I think in 2009 for the very first time. I think that version had been available in Europe prior, but it took all the way until 2009 for us in North America to get the unrated cut of Friday the 13th. And one of the coolest things about this release here, which we'll take a look at on the very bottom here, is this absolutely just joke. At least they acknowledge it, but I did some digging on pictures online so I could get a full view of this Master Sharp thing, which as you can see on mine is covered up by the holographic Paramount sticker. But I did some research, and they might have done away with this in later and other releases. I'm not exactly sure, but if that hadn't have been on here, I probably wouldn't have got this. But this is so hilarious because they have this spiel here, and they even have this name they call it, which is like, this is, we know that extended play traditionally is shit on this picture and sound front, but don't fear, because we gave it a name, and this is better extended play than you're used to, which in my opinion, I have nothing to base this on, but I mean, I think it's just a load of bullshit, and it's just, normal extended play. It's just their way of like trying to make you think you're seeing a better quality extended play than traditional extended play releases. But as you can see here, Master Sharp. They have a capital M there, a little Master Sharp logo. They might even, I can't even see with my eyes, but there might be like a TM, like a trademark for the Master Sharp logo. And it's just, oh my God. And we'll take a look at this, the spiel on an image that I got from the internet and actually read it. And as we read this little blurb here, it says, yeah, there is trademark after the Master Sharp, so it's a trademark. The Master Sharp imprint assures you that this video cassette was manufactured to exacting standards using a unique high-speed process that delivers outstanding EP/SLP sound and picture quality. And then on the bottom corner you can see EP/SLP. And I have no idea when they gave extended play like the secondary way of calling it, like, let's make extended play not seem as bad. Let's see here. We'll call it super long play. I think I looked online, and it might actually be called, the SLP might stand for super long play. As you can see on the bottom here, Master Sharp is a trademark of Rank Video Services America.
I'm Steve Christie.
Hey,
Marcy
this is
Shannon.
Marcy. I'm Ned Rubenstein.
Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake.
Thank you.
This is Alice.
Hi. Steve, cabin B's all ready.
Listen, where's Bill? Has he finished cleaning out the boathouse yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in the past half hour.
Oh, I want him to start painting right away. What about Brenda?
You told her to go set up the archery range.
No, I'd rather she paint. Well, come on, let's go.
I thought we had 2 weeks.
I tell you, man, that was one thing about the 90s that I don't miss. Them selling brand new VHS releases of beloved movies recorded in extended play. Like I say, if you did have a hi-fi stereo VCR and you could actually get it where the tracking wasn't an issue, you could actually have decent sound, but the image was obviously still an extended play, or SLP, super long play, just horrible image quality. So I don't miss those things. I don't miss this aspect of the 90s. Taking a look at the cassette itself, if you know anything about VHS, you'll know that the amount of tape here would indicate that this is in fact an extended play VHS release, because there's about half or maybe a quarter or something, or something like that of the tape that would be there if it was a standard play. That sounded good. If it was a traditional standard play release. One thing I will give the Paramount for the mid 90s is the labels here look kind of cool, with the white and the blue and the kind of the reddish burgundy and the green. Like, it looks pretty good. Like, the label looks pretty good. All the information there, including Dolby B and R. I don't think there's nothing there about hi-fi though, which is interesting. Copyright 1980 for the movie's release there. All rights reserved. You can actually see there, on the bottom it says trademark and copyright 94 on this label here by Paramount Pictures. Once again, this is kind of interesting. The spine here, we've got Burgundy Friday the 13th on a cream colored label, and once again, this is really cool. This is the only part that is indicated on the VHS tape itself. We've got the trademarked Master Sharp logo there, EP/SLP. I mean, I think that's so hilarious that we're going to call extended play. We're going to give it another thing to call it to make it seem not as bad. Like, why not call it Super SP? Like, if EP is the equivalent of super long play, why not call EP SP, Super SP? I mean, I'm very surprised they didn't. Oh, look at this. Never mind. So on the spine, we actually do have Hi-Fi underneath the Master Sharp trademarked logo in a line, and Paramount and catalog number 13-95.
Ta-da!
So I guess that'll about do it for this release. Yeah, like I say, I pondered this. Like, freaking paying $5 for a used version of the extended play version of Friday the 13th, but I'm like, this is like one of your favorite movies. Everyone knows it, and I know it. Everyone knows it on the worldwide internet, all over the world who know me. You'd never own this version for a good reason. At least I didn't pay $10 for it 30 years ago. 30 years later, I paid half the cost for it. But yeah, I thought, well, it was a little expensive for me, and it's just like extended play and all that. But it's kind of like, well, because one thing I will say in closing is that I think I can't remember, even later on, maybe was it the late 90s or early 2000s, they did issue, like, the last North American VHS release of Friday the 13th has like this abysmal, like, new-fangled bullshit cover art, and like the whole thing is completely like new artwork on the front and spines and back and stuff. Actually, the more I think about it, the more maybe I would buy it if I came across it. But that's a version that I was gonna say, like, I wouldn't even buy if I came across it. But now that I'm talking about it, maybe I would. But so there is an actual, like, an even more pathetic VHS release, like the last VHS release of Friday the 13th that came out back in the early 21st century, when they were redoing like the artworks and stuff. So yeah, that VHS release is really lame. At least this one has the original, artwork and stuff. So I guess that'll pretty much do it for the showcasing. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, we'll catch ya on the next video.
Are you crazy?
Want to see my trick shot? It's even better.
I don't believe you.
You're beautiful when you're angry, sweetheart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you come up here to help me or to scare me to death? God, if you do that again, I'm going to tack you up in the wall to dry.
God, but I love that sex.